at the Greensboro Coliseum, 23,745 waiting for one of the great days in college basketball. The semifinals of the Atlantic Coast Conference Tournament. This telecast is available on ESPN HD, presented by Dish Network. Welcome to ESPN's Championship Week, presented by 7-Up. The 12th seed, Wake Forest Demon Deacons, taking on the first seed, Duke Blue Devils, in the ACC Tournament Finals semifinals in Greensboro. Here are the brackets. Duke advances with Wake Forest out of the first round. Both hard-fought games. North Carolina advances over Virginia, BC over Maryland. Good afternoon, everybody. Mike Patrick, Dick Vitale. It is great to have you with us. The number 1 seed against the number 12 seed may sound like a huge mismatch, but Duke hasn't been Duke lately, although they may have righted the ship yesterday, and Wake Forest is playing its best basketball.
Drama, drama, drama. Can the number 12 seed beat the number 1 seed? Well, if it's going to happen, they better not turn the ball over like they did during the regular season. The big game has to be played by Justin Gray. He's got to protect the basketball, and he's got to get it inside to Mr. Williams, and Williams has to dominate on the interior. If that happens, they have a chance. On the other side, the Dukies told me before the game they are mentally ready, and I got a funny feeling we're going to see Duke's A game.
Well, it should be a lot of fun. Hope you'll be with us. But first, let's go back to the studio, and we'll be back to Greensboro after this.
All right, Mike, thanks a lot. Reese Davis, Digger Phelps, and Jay Billis with you. Semifinal day in the ACC, but 11 automatic bids are going out in conference tournaments across the country. In fact, a couple of them already underway. Conference USA, Memphis and UAB. This is the rubber match, and now that's just gone final. Memphis gets the automatic bid. UAB, not a great non-conference schedule. They do have the win over Memphis. They'll hold their breath just a little bit, Jay?
They'll probably slide in under the door and get into the tournament field, but it will be close.
No Coppenrath, no Sorrentine, no Tom Brennan, and no Vermont in the tournament, it looks like right now. 11 minutes to go. Albany has the 23-point lead on Vermont. Okay, those two of the 11 automatic bids going out on the day, but we're about to see the ACC semifinals. First one, Wake Forest and Duke. What's the key to that game, Jay?
Well, we're going to know in the first 4 minutes whether Wake Forest is going to have the chance to win the game. The key is Wake Forest being strong with the basketball. Can they stand the initial surge that Duke's going to put on them with all that pressure without turning the ball over and let Duke take it the other way for some easy scores? Usually postseason games are more half-court games. Wake Forest has got to withstand that initial pressure in order to win.
And the other ACC semifinal this afternoon, Boston College and North Carolina. Really a clash. You got a veteran team in BC, but their first time in the ACC. And for a lot of the Carolina kids, their first time, too, because a lot of them are freshmen, Dick.
But Boston College with Craig Smith, how about 21 points, 15 rebounds, 7 assists against Maryland? And the way they came out of the box early against Maryland, they just blew them right out. And I think Carolina, when you look at Tyler Heronsborough, he's going to be the one guy to challenge Smith. Foul trouble will be an issue in this game for the inside game. But when you look at what else comes to the table, I just like the way Carolina's playing. I love their defense. David Noel's been the leader of this team. But more importantly, I think the experience of BC, especially with Jared Dudley making things happen. Tyrese Rice now hitting the points on the perimeter. This will be an interesting matchup. I'm going to lean towards Boston College in this matchup.
And Boston College, I think, really solid in this type of game, because when we talk about half-court games, that's where Boston College excels, running that flex. They run it tight against the lane, and they know how to get the ball inside. They also have great counters for if you anticipate when that down screen's coming, they can jump it. They're really, really good.
All right, North Carolina, though, has made a surge toward getting a 2 seed. Digger, if North Carolina is going to get a 2 seed, do they need to at least make it to the championship game?
I don't think so. I think they proved themselves over the season how well this team has improved. And credit Roy Williams for taking David Noel and say, hey, listen, you get the job done for us. They did it at Cameron because those kids never played in Cameron last weekend. And you saw how good those freshmen were when we saw them in person. So I really think Carolina's earned a 2 seed now.
ACC semifinals just about set to get underway. We'll get it started with J.J. Redick, the Conference Player of the Year, and tied all time for the most three-pointers made in NCAA history. Wake and Duke coming up.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of Championship Week is presented by 7-Up. If you want 100% natural lemon and lime flavors, the only way to go is up. And in part by Dodge. You can take life as it comes, or you can grab life by the horns. Dodge.
started, I go to town. 'Cause I'm not like everybody else. I'm not like everybody else. And I don't wanna live my life like everybody else. And I don't wanna live my life like everybody else. And I don't wanna live my life like everybody else. 'Cause I'm not like everybody else. I'm not like everybody else. 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 Like everybody else.
0% financing is back. From now until March 31st, get 0% financing for 60 months, plus make no monthly payment until October on every Dodge truck, minivan, and SUV, which could save you up to $10,000 in interest. Save on Ram Mega Cab with the world's largest cab. Save on Durango with available 8-passenger seating and the 5-star rated Grand Caravan with exclusive stow and go. Get 0% financing for 60 months, plus make no monthly payments until October. Hurry, offer ends March 31st.
Welcome back.
Oh, yeah, man, how you doing? You good?
Welcome back to Greensboro, North Carolina for the ACC Semifinals. The third member of our crew, Doris Burke. Doris?
Mike, with the disparity in seeds between these two teams, one might think you could not draw apt comparisons, but when you examine the rosters of Wake Forest and Duke, you might see some similarities. Think about it. In the perimeter, you've got the top two scorers in the league in J.J. Redick and Justin Gray. Inside, you've got physically dominating players in Eric Williams and Sheldon Williams. And the support people all play their roles. Now, the reality is this. In the two meetings between these two teams, neither was a game, but these are two teams at entirely different places, physically and mentally. How does this one play out?
Doris, I think your points are outstanding, and we'll track them as we go through the game. Dick, how about your Star Watch?
Well, you talk about the stars to keep an eye on in this game. I mean, we talk about stars. We have them on the interior. Eric Williams certainly has been really outstanding in his 2 games in the tournament. And Sheldon Williams, the landlord, another double-double, 6 consecutive double-double games.
Take a look at the lineups. First for Wake, you've got Ellis, Williams, and Drum up front. A pretty good front line. Justin Gray and Trent Strickland in the backcourt. Strickland was very quiet. Justin Gray said he's not done yet. He told us that yesterday. For Duke, up front, Josh McRoberts gets the start over Melchione today, and we are underway. Semifinal number 1. Dick, you just get the feeling in this game it's either going to be real close or Duke's going to throw another knockout punch.
I got the same feeling as you, Mike. I told you that before the game. But the key's going to be in this game right now, where that ball is. Can they handle the pressure of Duke and really execute their offense?
Gray has been exceptional handling the basketball, and that's what they need. Williams gets inside, had it blocked and stays right with it.
Nice start inside. Williams gets the edge on Williams on the interior, and with good penetration by Justin Gray.
McRoberts can't get the reverse inside.
I mean, this is their season. You talk about redemption right now. Wake Forest, this is their year, baby.
Justin Gray with a miss. They know they have to win the whole thing to keep their season going. McRoberts, look how athletic this kid is.
What a great pass. What a terrific pass. He made like the Magic Man. He made like LeBron James.
6'10", 230. He can run the court. He can handle the ball. He will be a superstar.
Yeah, he really will be the next superstar at Duke.
Gray down the lane. Good bounce pass to Williams. Got Sheldon Williams in the air and creates the foul.
I'll tell you, we're seeing right out of the gate, Mike, the ability of Justin Gray to penetrate. Look at the pass around the back. Sheldon with the easy layup. Justin Gray early in this game has been able to handle the pressure of Duke. Look at that pass around the back. He made like Jay Billis. Billis to Ellery. You notice I didn't say Billis to Digger Phelps. Digger would have blown the layup. Digger would have missed the layup.
Eric Williams in the 2 previous games in the ACC, 14 points, 9 rebounds against Florida State, 20 and 8 against North Carolina State yesterday. He's not been a good free throw shooter. Rattles that one in.
If the upset's to happen, 3 things have to happen. Protect the basketball, dominate on the glass, which they're certainly capable, and 3, they have to convert on that free throw line. They can't have a bad game on that line.
Reddick, who came out of his shooting slump yesterday, just like that.
They better cover him. He was wide open. I mean, you can't give J.J. Reddick that kind of luck. There's the turnover. Pressure. Pressure, pressure, pressure.
It's been the bugaboo all year for Wake Forest. They do not have a true point guard who has done anything for them, and Justin Gray has been forced into that role. Talked to Skip Prosser for just a second before this game started, and he's got that wry smile on his face. Thinks his team has a chance.
Yeah, he said this is our season. We're playing our best basketball. And speaking to him prior to the game, let's double up on the inside. Let's double it up. Guys, pass
by Mick Roberts. What a great touch.
Are you kidding? What about the instincts, Mike, to know where the open man was? He anticipated. He wasn't reacting. He anticipated.
Far advanced for a freshman and got the ball to DeMarcus Nelson. Gray being dogged by Dockery, the best on-the-ball defender Duke has.
See what happens now with Gray with the ball exclusively. You negate also his strength as a second guard.
Strickland, he's got to come up big today because he can explode as a scorer, and hasn't lately.
For Duke, the role players have to step up. Guys like Nelson and Dockery and Paulus can't just rely on the great tandem of Williams and Reddick.
Strickland, a very good defender. It's a little surprising that Strickland is on Nelson, and then they've got J.J. Reddick right now being covered by Michael Drum.
Yeah, Drum up right now, Reddick, but I think we'll see Strickland on Reddick somewhat as well.
Mick Roberts, he'll try a 3 this time. What doesn't he have?
Well, he's really feeling it today. He came to play, baby.
The freshman from Carmel, Indiana.
He's got great talent. I mean, this kid shows certain spurts you see of him, and you just say, wow, he's going to be special.
Strickland against Nelson. Nice move to the baseline. Gets cut off. Got it to Williams.
I'll tell you, Williams has been a dominator in this tournament. He has really owned the interior. Very strong.
He has all 6 Wake Forest points. McRoberts against Ellis.
See, they're going to do a better job defensively, Wake Forest. They did a great job yesterday against NC State.
Sheldon Williams over Eric Williams, rattled in and out.
The 2 matchups against Duke, Duke almost averaged close to 90 a game.
It's the first time they made Eric Williams play any defense in this game.
J.J. Reddick averaged 32.5 in the 2 wins and the blowouts over Wake.
Williams against Williams. Ellis, he's got the range.
Had a great game yesterday against NC State. Really was a positive. See, the reason they won yesterday, all their support players, Drum and Ellis, Visser, they all really played well.
Ellis had back-to-back double-digit games, and he has not been that much of a
wide
scorer.
open.
And McRoberts hammered by Ellis. He'll go to the line.
What's happening, Mike? They're running, doubling up on Sheldon Williams, and McRoberts is wide open.
10-6 early. Duke on top of Wake Forest. ACC semifinal #1 from Greensboro.
Through the Fire premieres tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN.
7-Up Plus with calcium. With a burst of real fruit juice, 10% of your daily calcium, and only 10 calories per serving. It's one thing strong women everywhere can't get enough of.
Manager to the front.
7-Up Plus. For great taste with calcium, the only way to go is up.
0% financing is back. From now until March 31st, get 0% financing for 60 months, plus make no monthly payment until October on every Dodge truck, minivan, and SUV, which could save you up to $10,000 in interest. Save on Ram Mega Cab with the world's largest cab. Save on Durango with available 8-passenger seating and the 5-star rated Grand Caravan with exclusive stow and go. Get 0% financing for 60 months, plus make no monthly payments until October. Hurry, offer ends March 31st.
Innovations from Siemens can be found everywhere. By integrating communications, building technologies, and advanced medical systems, we're creating digital hospitals that can provide higher quality patient care. Siemens, we're turning dreams into reality.
Welcome back to Greensboro. Duke up early. We apprised viewers yesterday of a story reported by AP and ABC News with regards to a directive sent out by the FBI just warning arenas around the country, conferences, the NCAA, to be aware that there was a threat on a message board, an extremist message board. The ACC obviously has their security plan in place. They are confident and comfortable with that plan. But in reaction, they have taken their game up a level, so to speak. The security lines a bit longer outside of the Coliseum. Patrons were forced to enter the building a little bit further away. So, gentlemen, we can be relaxed and confident that the ACC, the Greensboro Police, and the Coliseum are taking us very seriously.
All right, Doris, thanks very much. My Lord, how the world has changed.
I'll tell you, the security was real tough here as you and I tried to get in. They made sure we had to show identification and all kinds of things.
We found the one person in the world who didn't know who you were. It was the only one, and he was the guy who was guarding the gate.
That was terrific, though.
How's that possible?
I appreciated his real honesty.
Mike Krzyzewski, he probably got in a lot easier than we did. 26th year at Duke, 676 wins. And look at the ACC tournament record, 40-15.
Well, you know, over the last 20 years in the ACC, there's only been 4 times that a team has won both the regular season and the tournament. You know what it is? The Dukies, 4 times.
Drum with a miss. Ellis got his hands on it, couldn't hold it. Really good officiating crew today. Gary Maxwell, Bernard Clinton, and Mike Wood.
I think Mike Wood is outstanding. I'd like to see him in more big games in the ACC. Look at this here, 6 of the last 7 ACC tournaments, 8 consecutive times to the final.
And that's basically impossible, what he has done.
And then people want to get on our case about praising Duke. What is there not to praise?
Dockery had a good look from 3 and couldn't hit it. His shot's been a little off.
Yeah, they need him to start making shots from that perimeter. You know, Mike, you start getting to play the heavyweights, they're going to start facing the tournament time. Can't just rely on that 1-2 tandem.
Strickland with a runner, and what great ball handling by Justin Gray.
I think the key in this basketball game is at halftime, Wake Forest has to go in feeling good about themselves.
12-8, Sheldon Williams, good save.
Came out of the man-to-man, went to his zone in that last possession.
Visser is in, number 55. He had an outstanding game yesterday.
Did a great job on the glass, gave him a great support inside.
Reddick backs out, tries a 3. Here comes Gray on the run. Hale is also in to give Gray maybe a chance to shoot the ball a little more. Williams with another follow. He's been a monster inside.
He's been a dominator. He's getting the best of the landlord, Sheldon Williams, early in this game.
8 points, 4 rebounds in 6 minutes.
Sheldon's not going to go right back at him.
Little short.
Good defensive job by Eric Williams.
Gray, good pass ahead to Visser. No call.
Defensive transition, really a key for Wake Forest.
Thought it was a good no call, too. A little bit of contact, let him play. Dockery inside the three-point line with a miss. Hale with the easy rebound.
Guys like Dockery and Paulus went around the feet. They're going to get open looks.
They need to knock some of them down, don't they?
They have to make some of them to stretch that defense.
Hale picked up his dribble.
That's a no-no. That's a no-no. They are really hurting at that point guard slot.
He's a freshman from Albuquerque who has just struggled with the idea of running the ball club. More turnovers than assists Nationally ranked with Skip Prosser's club until January 8th. They have fallen off the edge of the earth since then, simply because it has been almost impossible for them to find a point guard. And if you don't have a point guard, you're out of luck.
Well, today in college basketball, that's the one key position you have to really excel on if you want to really be good. 3-13 in the league. Duke 14-2 in conference play.
And Drum loses it out of bounds. And people say, well, why don't you just have Justin Gray in there for 40 minutes and let him do it? Well, Gray is so much better as a shooter, and you just can't wear him down like that, and you have nobody to fill his role as a number 2 guard.
Exactly. You know, with Gray out of the lineup right now, and Williams, I ask you a question, Mr. Patrick. Who is going to score for Wake?
Well, Drum's going to have to hit a 3, and maybe Ellis inside. I think that's it, Dick. And you're right. With those 2 guys out, Skip Prosser is trying to give him a breather. He's got to do that, too, but it's very dangerous. Melchione on the great pass from Paulus. Melchione in for the first time.
Can't wait too long. You don't want that separation. You got to go with your best, your creme de la creme.
Also, keep in mind that if they win this game, they would play for the championship tomorrow. That's the 4th game in a row. Dockery had to took it away from Hale.
Oh, he got hit.
And Drum, that's got to be an intentional foul. It is. Drum wrapped his arms around him, and this is a great call. You got to make this call more often, although Skip Prosser doesn't like it. When you tackle a guy, it's got to be an intentional foul.
That was an intentional. Mike Wood made the right call. He didn't go for the ball. Watch this. You got to go for the ball. I mean, that's not going for the ball. He hugged him.
I mean, the ball is on the other side of the guy's body, but it's pretty tough to say, yeah, you know, that's an intentional foul.
That was a tackle. That was a football tackle. Skip's irate, but I'm telling you there, the referee made a good call.
2 officials at the same time gave the signal, which is the crossed arms.
Oh, look at, that's not playing basketball. That's playing football.
Yep. And a good, solid tackle it was.
Now, yesterday should have been no call in the end of the game. I thought Miami got a raw deal with J.J. Redick. They called the foul and allowed Redick to go to the free throw line.
Skip Prosser very upset.
Smart decision by Skip Joe, getting in his tandem of Gray and Williams. They have no shot when those guys go out of the lineup.
That cost him, that play cost him 2 points and the ball instead of just letting the guy have the layup. McRoberts, Strickland skied the rebound.
He's a good rebounder. He's an excellent role player. Started the year off really well. Then he was up and down. See, right now, the burden on this guy to handle the ball, to look to score.
That's J.J. Redick trying to get the charge. He's called for a block instead.
I think no matter what happens here, Duke is certainly locked up a #1 seed along with Villanova and Connecticut. And I think the 4th, I really believe if Ohio State can win the Big Ten, you win that Big Ten conference, I got to give them the edge for that #1 seed.
Strickland, very, very athletic.
I tell you, I have not seen so many open shots that you see against Duke as we've seen recently.
Nelson penetrates. Out to Melchione. Way short on a 3.
He had a big game against Wake earlier this year. Melchione, very streaky shooter.
Look at the difference with Justin Gray in there. The way they get penetration. Don't turn it over. Unfortunately for him, he missed the shot. Redick limping a little bit, leaving after he went down hard.
Yeah, he is really.
That'll scare you if you're a Duke fan, seeing the All-American, maybe the repeat player of the year, come up a little gimpy. We're in Greensboro. Back after this.
Show Daddy what you got. Did you call that? Hey, the stripe balls. You know, the balls with the stripe. Scratch. Scratch. Uh-oh.
Like a world of light beer. She's like... Just got a little darker. Introducing new Michelob Ultra Amber. With its deep amber color and full flavored taste, it's the new look of light beer.
Hey, you want to throw some darts?
0% financing is back. From now until March 31st, get 0% financing for 60 months, plus make no monthly payment until October on every Dodge truck, minivan, and SUV, which could save you up to $10,000 in interest. Save on Ram Mega Cab with the world's largest cab. Save on Durango with available 8-passenger seating and the 5-star rated Grand Caravan with exclusive stow and go. Get 0% financing for 60 months, plus make no monthly payments until October. Hurry, offer ends March 31st.
This is Gary Poole, a genial guy from Trenton, New Jersey. Gary's been married for almost 10 years, but until a recent trip to McDonald's, didn't know it. Gary had fresh brewed premium roast coffee with his McGriddles, and it was like he was seeing her for the very first time.
He had no idea we were married.
Gary thought she was cute, so it was okay.
It's like we're newlyweds all over again.
Start your morning with richer, bolder premium roast coffee and add a warm, tasty McGriddles. Wake up and smell your life.
I hope there aren't any other wives.
Time now for ESPNU's Pride of the Program. Today in the spotlight, UTEP. Now immortalized in the film Glory Road, Coach Don Haskins led Texas Western to the 1966 national title. He started 5 black players against Kentucky's all-white lineup. The Miners remain the only team from Texas to win a national championship. ESPNU's Pride of the Program features available on mobile ESPN. And Dick, that was a watershed moment in college basketball, a watershed moment in race relations as well.
I'll tell you, Don Haskins, what a great job he did at Texas, El Paso. Terrific, a Hall of Famer. In the movie, I love the movie. There was some exaggeration in it, but that's going to be Hollywood. But the bottom line is, the facts were, there were 5 blacks playing for the first time in an NCAA championship moment, and it was really special the way they played so well together.
Sheldon Williams dribbles out of a double team. He and Eric Williams are really going at it so far, and Eric has gotten the best of it, but Sheldon Williams powers that one home. Strickland ahead of the pack. Forced it up, got it in the foul.
Terrific job by Wake Forest converting. Terrific job converting after a score. J.J. Redick leaving the court. He'll be back. You can just see the way he's running. He's going to be back.
May rewrap an ankle or something.
May change shoes as well. Strickland did a great job getting out in transition. Sheldon Williams won a little one-on-one maneuver against Eric.
And that was Sheldon Williams' second foul. Now Strickland, who was held scoreless yesterday, already has 6 points, 2 rebounds, make it 7 points, 2 rebounds and an assist. And that's what they had to have. Somebody like Strickland to step up, be that third guy.
Well, how big that is right now. On the other side, when Wake gets the ball, they got to pound it right at Sheldon. He's got 2 early in the game.
Trying to get Eric Williams out a little bit, brings him out to 15 feet, makes the shot anyway.
What a big-time player. He has really had a sensational year.
Strickland feeling it. Eric Williams strong. Got it back again. McRoberts trying to stop him and can't.
Well, Sheldon Williams afraid to get that third foul. I would bring it right inside to Eric Williams.
6'9", 280, 10 points, 6 rebounds in the first half. Dockery and Eric Williams with the block.
Get it to Williams. Get it to Eric.
No, the bucket wouldn't go, but he drew the foul. That would have brought the house down.
I tell you, they're doing a great job getting up in transition. They're beating Duke down the floor.
They are playing for their lives.
Without J.J. Redick, they become just a good basketball team, not a special team.
Sure.
They need him so much, as you watch right here, the block. In fact, we were talking to Coach K before the game. For 94% of the year, he said, J.J. Redick was in another orbit, playing unbelievable.
Yeah, you're right.
But when he got where he struggled a little bit, he said, then we felt that, because everybody else who's been counting on him all of a sudden lost a little confidence.
Sheldon will sit with 2.
Well, now if you're Wake Forest, you really got to take advantage with him on a sideline. I mean, they got Sheldon and Redick out of the lineup. You got to jump on him right now.
And that will put McRoberts in the middle. That's what he played in high school in that pivot position.
Marty Arnoff, who does a great job, reminds me, key free throws, they're 5 for 5, Wake.
McRoberts lost it. Drum picked it off. Here comes Justin Gray.
You got go right to Eric Williams.
Roberts, good play. Came up, got a piece of it, results in a steal.
Yeah, really telegraphed that pass. It wasn't a good look. Got to get the right angle when you enter into a post guy.
Here's the zone.
Playing a matchup right here.
Now, where's the offense come from? Let me switch your question from earlier.
Well, there's one right there from Paulus, but they got to basically right now, they got to get some looks from Melchione. He's got to make some shots, and McRoberts on the inside.
Gray got by Dockery, goes baseline. Dockery commits the foul. Now watch J.J. Redick. Knee on knee. He goes down and grabs the knee. Trying to get up. Boy.
Last night you had Villanova affected when they lost Allen Ray. Ray went out in the first half with an eye injury, and that certainly hurt Villanova. Not to take anything away from Pittsburgh. They were sensational.
You're looking at one of the great players, just one of the great players in the history of college basketball. And hopefully the knee injury isn't too severe. Ellis with a miss. Strickland comes flying in, trying to get a rebound. That'll be a foul.
See, that's the great advantage. Wake Forest should dominate on the glass. They should absolutely own the glass. They've done it in the first 2 games. In this tournament, they're rebounding 84-50 on the competition against Florida State and NC State. 84-50. That's unbelievable on the glass.
Wake +6 against Duke. Duke used to being out-rebounded, but not totally dominated. Nelson trying to penetrate. Good defense by Gray, but now they're going to call Gray with a foul, his first.
See, Nelson's got to step it up offensively now without Redick.
An amazing year in the Big East will come to a close tonight. Syracuse faces number 16 Pitt for the Big East Championship at the Garden. The Big East Championship presented by Aeropostale on ESPN tonight at 8 Eastern. Also available in high definition on ESPN HD. What a great run from Syracuse.
You know, it's amazing. Think about right now, Syracuse is the number 9 seed. We got a number 12 seed here. Xavier's the number 10 seed, is in the final over in the Atlantic 10. I mean, that seeding of the committee is going to really be tough. McNamara has been fantastic.
Hasn't he?
He's been Mr. Clutch. I mean, you talk about a kid, and you root for him because he plays so hard and has such a passion for playing.
Cinderella had to manufacture a lot of shoes this year.
Yes, sir. I didn't know you were into that.
Get up. Don't start anything with me, all right? As we approach,
No, I'll never win.
just a tasteful set of pumps, you know.
I'll never win. There's Williams going to
double team.
Down.
Duke doing a good job trying to deny him some room to run. He says, forget it. 14 points for Eric Williams.
He's a man right now. He was a mismatch yesterday. He's been a mismatch today.
Melchione out of the corner. Drum with a rebound.
Drama, my friends. Drama. Look at the points in the paint. 2-1.
And that's the big guy.
Yes, sir. I'd go to him again. 3 seconds, they call?
I believe it was a 3-second call. The score 23-21. Duke by a pair. J.J. Redick is down. Is he out?
V-dub here in full effect with Trey and this ride.
It looks like it could fly.
What time is it?
I don't know.
Time to unpimp the auto. Oh, snap. German engineering in the house, yeah.
The GTI Mark V, pre-tuned by German engineers.
How often do we pause to look up, to wonder what mysteries are there? All will be answered, as well as the most profound question of all, did I really change the world?
Out of This World Week begins tomorrow at 8, only on the History Channel.
The journey begins on Selection Monday. From the tournament draw
I think this is a very dangerous team.
to the final buzzer,
NCAA champion.
we'll take you there. Women's Basketball Selection Special, Monday at 7 on ESPN.
At CarCom, we guarantee the lowest price on all Singular retail plans.
From Singular Wireless, you should know. 8361000.
Plus, we activate your phone and our trained staff teaches you how to use it.
8361000.
Madison's own CarCom and Singular, nothing but network. The best network and the lowest price.
8361000. Oh yeah.
Dinner tonight, hula hands.
Pop quiz. Name 3 designers. Now, name 3 of your kids' teachers.
Know what really matters. Know about your kid's school. And know about your kid. Find out 100 ways to know more, do more.
Welcome back to Greensboro, where Duke is leading by 2. The report on J.J. Redick is this. He banged his right knee. He is questionable to return. He remains back in the locker room being examined by Duke's medical personnel. But again, gentlemen, questionable to return.
What a potentially terrible piece of news for the Blue Devils.
Well,
Obviously, without the National Player of the Year, you're not going to win much.
Well, just like Villanova suffering that loss to Ray, he's so valuable to them. They'll have more information on Ray later on as you look at the parents of J.J. Redick. Got him up.
And here's Redick.
Looks okay now.
Doris made a great point off camera with his pain tolerance and his determination to play. He's going to find a way to get back in there, whether it might be good for him in the long run or not. But I'm sure the medical staff is going to be very careful with him. McRoberts trying to get inside. Williams just dominated.
I don't think he'd be on the floor, Mike. That medical staff know what they have ahead of them if they didn't feel it was not a serious injury. See, Villanova's going to find out early this week the status of Ray.
Gray with a runner. Can't hit it. Knocked out of bounds by Williams out to Duke.
This kid has been a special player, man. He's been unbelievable to watch for 4 years.
That's the longest break he's had all year.
Yeah. We've watched his development from day one, where he went from a shooter to becoming a real prolific scorer.
They've got a wrap on it. That does 2 things. Gives him some support and gives him a little warmth. He was out for 4.5 minutes. He may not come out the rest of the year, no matter what they do in the NCAA. Melchione over Visser.
Nice job of penetrating by Paulus. Finds Melchione. Melchione's got to make shots for Duke.
Dick, I look up and I think, well, Duke is not playing well. Wake Forest is playing brilliantly. Duke's still ahead.
Exactly. That's where
Visser, offensive rebound.
Playing volleyball up there, Wake Forest on a glass.
And right now, Duke is surviving without their All-American center, Sheldon Williams, who's been on the bench with 2 fouls.
I'll tell you, for that guy right there, Skip Prosser, for them to win, they got to get some point production out of Gray. Gray has not scored. They cannot win, but he's concentrating so much on handling the basketball, it takes away from his ability to score, which is his greatest strength.
He has taken only 4 shots. Redick, Melchione, nice drive. Fouled at the rim.
I tell you, a lot of guys get open looks, open driving angles because of the presence of Redick.
Foul was on Visser, his first.
One of the great strengths of Duke all year. Free throw line, lead the conference in free throw shooting.
And J.J. Redick looks fine right now. He trots to the sideline. And there's a huge sigh of relief from the Duke fans in the Greensboro Coliseum.
Just sit right back and grab some tails, the tails of some tasty shrimp. Sensations now at Applebee's are really worth the trip. Sauteed, crisp fried, fire grilled, served on a handy skewer. So many shrimp you'll want to plan a 3-hour tour. A 3-hour tour. So join us here this week, my friend. It's time for eating good. Shrimp sensations new at Applebee's in your neighborhood.
Welcome back to the Greensboro Coliseum. Duke leads by 5. It's the number 1 seed against the number 12 seed. J.J. Redick back out on the court. In case you joined us late, he banged knees with a Wake Forest player, went down. Taken in the locker room, was off the court for 4.5 minutes, which for him is an eternity because he has played so many minutes. And comes back with a wrap on that right knee and looks to be fine.
Nocchioni gets 6 points right now, Mike, and that's big for Duke because they need some extra scoring from other people other than Redick and Williams.
27-21.
See, look at the matchup on the inside now.
Drum tries a reverse, doesn't get it.
He did a great job yesterday against NC State. Oh, and he beat him up the floor. Good job of getting back and stopping Dockery.
Good pass by McRoberts. Dockery couldn't take advantage of it. Now Dockery open again, penetrates, and travel. Tried to stop and skidded a little bit. Our coverage of Championship Week presented by 7-Up will continue at 3:30. Boston College faces number 10 Carolina in the second ACC semifinal. Boston College, Carolina, also available in high definition on ESPN HD.
That's going to be one heck of a basketball game. You watch that combination of Smith and Dudley against North Carolina. It was won 8 in a row.
Gray somehow kept it. And a block on DeMarcus Nelson.
They can't get any open looks for Gray. Gray is really exclusively worried about handling a basketball, and he's not able to get free for shots.
Well, the problem is, and we've seen it in the games that they've played here, you bring in Hale to run the point. Hale turns it over, and Gray still doesn't get his shots. So it's, you know, you're between a rock and a hard place.
Well, you know, to me, Gray's got to try to create his own shot off his dribble.
It's going to be a hold on Paulus, I believe. Number 1 on the freshman.
See that right there? 0. Can't win unless he puts some points on the board. Averaging 18 a game. One of the leading scorers in the ACC. Number 1 being J.J. Redick.
They're in the 1-1, and Drum, who went to Presbyterian College and then transferred, sat out a year, wanted to come to Wake Forest. His mother works on campus. He is still a non-scholarship player, although because of her work status, they do get a discount on the tuition.
And tuition's expensive. That's a great school. Great academic private school, as is Duke. You know, early in the game, Paulus was on Gray. Gray went by him, and they switched, and they've been rotating now Dockery or Nelson on him.
They're more athletic, a little bit more quickness. Nice steal by Melchioni. Can he save it? He does.
Good hustle right there. Played the passing lane well.
Williams got back, got a piece of that pass intended from McRoberts. Paulus penetrates, got it.
Nice drive by Paulus. He uses that left hand well.
29-21, Duke's biggest lead with 5:19 to go first half.
They better have an answer right now. Wait. You can't allow Duke to go on one of their spurts.
And Duke's done a nice job without Sheldon Williams inside.
They have.
Reach around by McRoberts.
McRoberts has really played Williams tough. As the points off turnover, certainly that'll be the advantage for Duke.
5:08 to go first half. Let's check in with Doris Burke. Doris.
Well, guys, just a reminder from yesterday, Ilyan Evtimov from NC State angered Wake Forest by calling him the dirtiest team in the league. There has been some chippiness through the early part of this. McRoberts in particular looks a little bit fired up. We'll watch that as this game progresses.
You know, Doris, you mentioned NC State. I was telling Mike earlier, there was really an incredible article today asking for Herb Sendek to step down and all that. And I think it's really ludicrous.
Wasn't even asking.
Yeah. Well, you know, think about this. Think about this. Only 2 teams out of the ACC have been to the NCAA 5 consecutive years. Ready for it? Duke is 1. Who's the second?
NC State.
That's right. Enough said. I mean, give me a break. What do they expect out of these coaches? They lose a game or 2, they want them to go to the sideline.
Strickland, nice crossover. Can't do anything with it. Gray Now they're going to have Strickland handle the ball a little bit and trying to get a shot for Gray.
See Dockery right up in his face, trying to get some spacing. Good play.
Knocked away by Dockery. Here comes Paulus. Strickland is back. Paulus protected the ball very, very well. Greg Paulus now has half a dozen.
Well, Paulus and McRoberts have really played well. So has Dockery defensively. And certainly, right now, you're seeing Melchioli stepped in offensively. All the role players are contributing.
It's an 11-2 Blue Devil run.
They haven't had too many runs recently.
Gray for three. Big shot.
That was big. That was monster. They needed that so badly. They got to get a little spurt here to go in at halftime. Feeling good.
Reddick, offensive foul. That's a little slow in making the move, and Drum with a great defensive play.
Bernard Clayton with a good call. He lowered his shoulder right into the defensive player.
Wake Forest hanging in against the #1 seed. They're down by 7 in the ACC semifinals.
On Selection Sunday, who's in?
That is going to be the most compelling region.
Who's out?
That is not fair.
Dive into the brackets with Reese, Digger, Jay, and Dickie V. Bracketology, Sunday beginning at 5 on ESPN.
Introducing mobile ESPN. Sports fans, your phone has arrived.
To speak to a customer service rep in English, press 9. To speak to a customer service rep about your account balance, press 36.
All right.
To speak to a customer service rep about recent charges, press 27. To speak to a customer service rep about finance charges, press 57. I'm sorry, I did not understand.
Sometimes you just want to get straight through. That's why there's the Citi Simplicity credit card. Simply press 0 to talk to a person.
Wheat Thins has 0 grams of trans fat with a nutty, crunchy taste worth diving into. Tastes good, feels good. Wheat Thins.
Yo, B-Dub got Mike in the house. What's up? And his tricked out whip. What does this do?
It sucks in air.
It's definitely sucking.
Yo, Mike, you want us to unpimp this thing? Let me hear you say what?
What?
V-Dub holding it down on the engineering tip, y'all. Yeah.
The GTI Mark V, pre-tuned by German engineers. The superior hold of Fix-It and Control, now combined with a blast of scope flavor for fresh breath. New Fix-It and Control plus scope flavor.
Dave Revson in the studio, 7-Up halftime report just moments away. I want to catch you up on some of the stuff going on. SEC semis, South Carolina, Kentucky. That's Joe Crawford. Kentucky on top by 3, trying to beat the Gamecocks for the 3rd time this year. They're in the 2nd. Michigan State leads Iowa in one of the Big Ten semifinals. And Albany into the dance for the first time ever as they beat Vermont 80-67. Mike?
Back in the Greensboro Coliseum, Duke with a 7-point lead over the 12th seed, Damon Deacons of Wake Forest. Under 4 minutes to go. First half, let's see if Justin Gray can get his own shot again. They're trying to set him up. Strickland doing a little bit more ball handling.
Well, good job by Dockery up on Gray. Really playing him tough. Look at Dockery. He really he's going after him.
Gray forced a shot, made it anyway.
You know what? He better force some more. He better start looking for his shot. On the other side, Reddick is 1 for 4. All threes. Hasn't taken any 2s. Yesterday's first 9 shots were 3s. And then he started to attack the basket.
Reddick. Nice movement to get open and knocks it down. 2 points.
He does a great job with that ball fake and the head fake. For you young kids out there, work on that part of your game.
33-27. Skip Prosser doing everything he can to get somebody to handle a ball so Justin Gray can get a shot.
I tell you, Duke really, to me, has played a lot better defensively than we watched yesterday. But yesterday, they had a problem with the speed and quickness of guys like Height and certainly Diaz. They don't see that same dilemma here where they got guys that can break you down one-on-one when you look at Wake.
Well, here's a nice move by Mike Krzyzewski. He's got Sheldon Williams on the bench. He's been there for a long time, so he's going to spread the court and use some clock.
Well, you know, the real positive for Duke is that everybody else is stepping up and contributing, especially this guy.
Eric Williams got a piece of that when he has had a brilliant first half.
Yeah, they stopped going to him. They're going to give him some touches now inside.
Gray, can he make it 3 in a row? He does.
He can shoot the ball. He can shoot the ball. He has to have a Randolph Childress day if they're going to shock the Dukies.
He's hit 3 for 3 from long range.
Remember when Childress had this place on fire? Greensboro, great place for basketball. North Carolina's women's won here. NCAA tournament's going to be here.
McRoberts blocked by Williams. That'll be a foul on Eric Williams. Justin Gray against FSU, 25 points, 8 assists, 1 turnover. Against North Carolina State, 19 points, a career-high 10 assists, and 5 turnovers. Justin Gray has got to be the guy that just flat takes over, and he just beat a great defender, Sean Dockery, on that move.
Well, you know, Gray and Williams together, Mike, had 78 points between them. Williams had 17 rebounds in the first 2 games. I think the big stat, as you alluded to, is his assist versus turnover ratio, better than 3 to 1.
Been exceptional. He's had 9 points in a minute 44.
I tell you, if I had him, I want him to force some shots.
Oh, yeah.
I want him to force.
Oh, what a screen by Ellis. And Dockery's hurt. Dockery ran into a stone wall.
You got to communicate. You got to help Dockery out.
Yeah, one of his teammates has got to say, there's a building in your way.
Screen on the right, screen on the left. You got to communicate on defense. Right now, you got to let him know that screen is coming. Oh, Melchione's got to let him know it's coming. He's a veteran player. Wow.
Boy, he just got drilled.
He had no idea that screen was coming, that back screen. It's like a blind screen. It's a legal screen,
yes,
too.
It is.
As long as you give the defensive player at least 1 full step. He's still in the game. Is he tough? He's out of Chicago, man. He's a tough kid from the streets of Chicago.
Strickland at the line, hits the free throw. He's a 73% free throw shooter. Now, Mike Krzyzewski still unhappy about it.
He's inviting Gary out for dinner tonight out here. So I'm going to take you to a beautiful restaurant at the Grand Over, the great hotel. Ate there last night. Great Italian restaurant. I told him
do I hear the sound of your receipt being torn in half? Mike Krzyzewski wants a timeout as Wake Forest has fought back. And they've closed within 2 points with a minute 37 to go. In case you joined us late, let's take you back and show you what happened to J.J. Redick, the All-American guard, as he tried to drive or tried to stop Strickland from driving the baseline, and they banged knees, and J.J. got the worst of it. They took him to the locker room. He was out middle of the first half for 4.5 minutes. Mom and Dad very concerned, and then helped give him a standing ovation. When he comes back with that wrap on the right knee, he has moved apparently with no problem ever since and shot the ball very well.
Yeah, I think that's history right now. I think a little bump, a little bruise. He seems to be very, very relaxed. Has 2 fouls. You know, this is a big story in the ACC in this matchup here. Number 12 against number 1. Take a look at the jumper here. He's got good pivot, able to push down, able to get some strength on a bounce off the floor.
Yeah, no sign of anything with the knee. Wake on a 10-2 run to get right back in this as we approach halftime.
Well, the ACC's got some really interesting questions.
It's a steal by Drum. We're tied.
Lays it up with the left hand, anticipated well. It is hard for me to believe and to fathom, as I watch them play, that they're a 12th seed.
Well, we said it was either going to be blowout or it was going to be just like this. Wake Forest came to play again, almost another turnover.
And so has Duke come to play. That's the interesting factor.
Redick, nice fake. Got Drum in the air and draws the foul.
He does a terrific job with that head fake.
Drum is saying, hey, that wasn't that much. So is Skip Prosser, but certainly close enough to get the call.
I think Skip's saying, where have we been all year, guys? Where have we been?
Well, he knows exactly where. As good a coach as he is, he just hasn't been able to do anything about it. When Chris Paul left very late last year to go to the NBA, well, they were crippled. They had no point guard, and they couldn't get one at that point who could play at this level and play right away.
Yeah, they couldn't get somebody to step in, and that's been a major dilemma. Got one coming next year, a kid named Smith out of Charlotte. Skip right there, 4 consecutive years. Tournament man. Trying to make it 5, and he knows the only way, my friends, is to beat Duke and then beat the winner of North Carolina and Boston College.
Reddick misses the second one, so Wake has a chance to take the lead.
That's a scoop.
Gray, Ellis wide open. He can shoot it from out there.
His daddy was proud yesterday.
Yes, he was.
His dad, Dale Ellis.
Ellis has had 3 big games. Wake up by 2.
He had 15 yesterday. That touching the floor. They're feeling it. Look at the emotion, the passion in the eyes of Gray. You can feel it. Oh,
just another lousy day in the ACC.
The intensity, the emotion. Oh, my friends, this is special.
Reddick. 15 seconds to go. JJ will try to take it on his own. McRoberts. And that's a block.
Gary Maxwell with the call on a block. I thought Reddick got bumped on a drive.
Gray will pick up the foul. It will be his second.
Can't believe it. Reddick can't believe he didn't get called. Cycle drive, look right here. Oh, come on now. You're not going to call
Eric
that.
Williams nailed it.
Come on now. You got to blow the whistle. I mean, give the kid a break.
Eric Williams with a brilliant first half.
We hear so much about that.
The senior out of Wake Forest, North Carolina.
We heard so much about that conspiracy in the middle of the season. I wonder if it switched a little the other way. I mean, it's unbelievable, some of the contact.
Wake's been hurt by 9 turnovers, but that's been the problem for them all year long. McRoberts, no. 5 seconds to go.
They got to make up for those turnovers by rebounding and making some shots.
Strickland from a mile out. He needed to give the ball up and not blow 4.5 seconds, bringing it up court. Wake finishes on a 15-3 run. Williams and Gray combined for 23. The rest of the club had 13. Reddick and Williams combined for only 12. It was the other guys who kept Duke in this. Let's go to Dorisburg.
Coach, you said yesterday the first 2 games between these 2 teams were not competitive. The first half was. Why?
Well, I think that, in all fairness, I mean, Sheldon Williams set out a lot of the first half. But I thought we were our own worst enemy there for a long time. Missed a lot of easy shots, left too many points at the free throw line. You know, they'll come out, obviously, with Sheldon and JJ. Very efficient offensive team. We have to try to be a little more efficient offensively ourselves.
Good luck in the second half, guys. All season they've been their own worst enemy. Not today.
Doris, it's been a heck of a first half. Coming up next, Dave Rebson and the 7-Up halftime report.
Thank you, Mike. It is the 7-Up halftime report. So Wake Forest looks to continue its improbable run. 3 conference wins the entire season. Now they're going to make it 3 in as many days. Doug, what do you think of the first half?
I'm amazed that J.J. Redick's still alive after that contact at the end of the first half. Just amazed. Now, I think we're concentrating on a bit of the wrong story. I mean, Syracuse is a great story, but they're in the NCAA tournament. This Wake Forest run now, this throws everybody's bracket completely out of whack. If they beat Duke, if they make the more improbable run to an ACC tournament title, that knocks a Michigan, an A&M, maybe even a Missouri State off the bubble. You should be cheering against Wake Forest if you're one of these bubble teams.
A lot of teams going to punch their tickets today. 11 conference title games in all today. And let's start you off with Conference USA, where Memphis had won 18 of its last 19 coming in. The only loss last week to UAB, but it was not the Blazers' day. Darius Washington off the block from Joey Dorsey. Memphis up 7-0. Tiger shot just 33%. UAB, though, just 27%. Doug, and how about Andre Allen?
Well, Andre Allen's not known for his offense penetrating the defense. But the difference here is you and I saw the Memphis UAB game, and the defensive intensity was incredible. They got it out. They pushed. Darius Washington Jr. Jr. finishing. He didn't have a great game, had 7 turnovers, but they were more aggressive, blocking shots and rebounding.
Their first tourney title since the '87 Metro. The Tigers take it by 11. Vermont looking for its 4th straight NCAA tourney bid in the America East against Albany. It's Conference Player of the Year, Jamar Wilson, 11-4 in favor of Albany. Wilson had a great first half, 29 in all in the game. Hits that 3 at the buzzer, and that sends Albany into the locker room with some serious momentum. It would continue into the second half, Doug.
No Tom Brennan, no luck for Vermont, and Albany was, look, the best team in this league all year long. They were the best team today. They're dancing for the first time ever.
They are not the good Danes, Doug. They are the great Danes, and they are going dancing. Congratulations to Albany. The celebration is on as they get in for the first time ever. They beat Vermont by 13. So here are the teams that are in, and Doug, what jumps out at you
Well,
there?
keep Bucknell out of my bracket. If I'm a 5 seed, keep Bucknell. The Bison are tournament tough, tournament tested. Oh, that's a tough team. Beat Syracuse at Syracuse. I don't want to see the Bison.
As we move it along, how about in this group?
Well, Winthrop's a team that returned essentially everyone that made the NCAA tournament last year, gave Gonzaga all they wanted, nearly beat Memphis at Memphis, beat Marquette at Marquette, nearly beat Alabama at Alabama. Watch out for the Eagles.
Lots more to come in the 7-Up halftime report. Kentucky looking to make it 11 SEC titles in its last 15 tries, but first they need to get past feisty South Carolina in the semis. We'll let you know how that one's going. And the Big Ten semis, Michigan State hasn't been to the conference final game in 5 years. We'll fill you in on their battle with Iowa.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of Championship Week is brought to you by the 200 horsepower Volkswagen GTI Mark V. Make friends with your fast.
Listen up, V-Dub in the house. Jason, this is your 98 whatchamacallit.
You got an F.
You know what we're gonna do now?
No.
Unpimp your auto. We just dropped it like it's hot. V-Dub, representing Deutschland.
The GTI Mark V, pre-tuned by German engineers.
What is that? Oh, it's a copycat. Yeah, Fluffy's gonna save us a boatload on color copies. Aren't you, girl? You need an easy button.
Now get color copies for just 39 cents for a limited time at Staples. That was easy.
Cold sufferers who take NyQuil sleep better at night, so they feel better when they wake up.
Gotcha.
NyQuil, best sleep you ever got with a cold medicine.
Make coming home the best part of your day with a Harbor House rental home. Located on Madison's exciting west side, all Harbor House rental homes are designed with spacious floor plans complemented with lots of natural light. Residents will enjoy personal full-size washer and dryer, walk-in closets, private balcony or patio, and wood-burning fireplace. In our Harbor House neighborhood, you'll have access to an on-site 24-hour fitness center, heated underground parking, outdoor pool, and clubhouse. Enjoy the comfort of coming home with a Harbor House rental home on Watts Road near the new Princeton Club.
As a Charter customer, you already know about our great products and services. Why not tell your friends about it and earn $25? Have your friends sign up for Charter's telephone service and get a $25 credit on your bill. Refer as many friends as you want. You're eligible for a $25 credit when each friend signs up. Plus, your friends will also get $25 off their first bill. So both you and your friends will save money. To earn $25 for each friend that signs up and for complete details, visit charter.com/refer-a-friend today.
Welcome back to the 7-Up halftime report.
The number 1 seed has not won the ACC tourney since 2000, and the top seeded Dukies in some trouble, down 2 surprising Wake at the half. Dave Rips and Doug Gottlieb with you. SEC semis, Kentucky and South Carolina. It's Robbie Moss hitting the 3 out of the corner. 50-47 Now make it 50-50. South Carolina just tied it up there, about 8 minutes to go. Let's go to the Big Ten. Iowa and Michigan State, also a semifinal game. Michigan State, Paul Davis in transition.
This is the rubber match. Remember, Michigan State beat Iowa by 30 at home, lost by 12 in Iowa City.
And Greg Bruner, tough player, does a lot for a guy his size, gets the layup, ties it at 15. Shannon Brown answering for the Spartans, 25-22 game. They are at the half right now in Indy. Texas A&M, somewhat of a heated rivalry. Kenton Polino hitting the three. Texas up 6 early. You think the Aggies are in no matter what?
I do think the Aggies are in. They've won 8 consecutive games. They just beat Texas last week. They beat Colorado by 33 points. What more do you need, Dave?
A few more top 50 wins would help. They're down 6 right there. As we get you ready for a little bit more here on the 7-Up Halftime Report, the Game Day crew will get us ready for the Big East Final and update on Allen Ray.
This halftime report is brought to you by 7-Up. If you want 100% natural lemon and lime flavors, the only way to go is up.
7-Up Plus with calcium. With a burst of real fruit juice, 10% of your daily calcium, and only 10 calories per serving. It's one thing strong women everywhere can't get enough of.
Manager to the front.
7-Up Plus. For great taste with calcium, the only way to go is up.
No one wins this race alone. Only a skilled, finely tuned team can stay on course, no matter what the conditions. We put the right people on your side to help you meet your financial objectives. Oppenheimer Funds, the right way to invest.
Carefully consider fund investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses. Call your advisor for a prospectus with this and other fund information. Read it carefully before investing.
Incredibly thin, yet impossible to miss. Introducing Sliver, the newest phone with iTunes. Ultra sleek and even thinner than the Razor. Only from Singular, raising the bar.
Is there anything else I can bring you?
I know I was supposed to be back at the office at 2, sir.
Yeah, sir, the job's taking longer than I expected.
When?
I can't rush perfection.
We'll just try.
Will do, sir.
He bought it.
Good news. I got promoted. Better news. I got DirecTV. My new office has a clear view for miles. My DirecTV has 155 crystal clear channels. I have a $1,700 expense account. I have over 1,700 movies every month. I meet with the CEO every Friday. I meet the Fockers whenever I want. I just got an assistant. I just got 3 months of HBO, Star, Showtime, and Cinemax for free. Can you give me the number for DirecTV?
No.
I don't think she heard me.
Get over 155 channels for $29.99 a month. That's half the price of cable. Call 1-800-DIRECTV.
Villanova's Allen Ray back with the team today after a scary incident. Last night's loss to Pittsburgh, poked in the eye. He will see an eye specialist in the next couple days. Availability for the NCAA tourney up in the air. Game Day Gang gets us ready for the Big East.
Pittsburgh makes it to the Big East championship game for the 5th time in the last 6 seasons, and Digger's Syracuse there for the 2nd straight year for one reason only, and that's Jerry McNamara.
Well, his magic number is 17. That's been the hat trick. Each game they have won, he's scored 17, but more importantly, he's got 27 assists. I think he knows the game, he knows his teammates, he knows when to dish the ball, but he also knows when to score, Jay. And he, to me, is just the only reason why this team is where it is in the championship in the Big East.
Well, the big shots that he's hit have spoken for themselves, but I think what's been really impressive about Jerry McNamara has been his leadership. Just looking into his eyes and the way he is carrying himself, his body language, I think has buoyed the spirits of his teammates and made them better. When they make a mistake, it's McNamara that goes over to him and picks him up. I think he's made Darrell Watkins a better player, Terrence Roberts a better player every time they've made a mistake or they haven't done something exactly right. It's been McNamara there that's picking him up, and especially Eric Devendorf, the freshman. If Devendorf has gotten down even the least bit, it's been McNamara that's picked him up, dished the ball to him late in the game against Georgetown, had the confidence to let him win the game.
Carl Krauser, veteran guard for Pitt, too, has picked up his teammate. So who's going to win this thing, Digger?
Well, you said the right thing about Krause and Gray. They will go 4 for 16 against Villanova. That's the one downside that you look at Syracuse, you got to be careful. I still think Syracuse can win this game tonight.
I like Pittsburgh because of their depth and because they're an outstanding interior passing team, and you need to be great interior passers in order to solve that zone.
And the winner of this game will become the first team in Big East history to win 4 straight and take home the Big East tournament title. Looking forward to it on Saturday night.
As are we. Thanks, guys. We have a good one going on right now in the ACC. Eric Williams, 14 in the first half. Wake Forest on top of Duke, second half. Coming up from Greensboro.
This halftime report is brought to you by 7-Up. If you want 100% natural lemon and lime flavors, the only way to go is up.
How's business?
We got new cars for our execs. What do you got?
We've got a secure network. We don't have to commute.
Check. Company barbecues?
Secure network. We commingle 24/7.
Yoga. Stress reduction.
Secure network. No stress. Check.
Espresso bar.
Checkmate.
Check.
Confidence, powered by Cisco.
This is Gary Poole, a genial guy from Trenton, New Jersey. Gary's been married for almost 10 years, but until a recent trip to McDonald's, didn't know it. Gary had fresh brewed premium roast coffee with his McGriddles, and it was like he was seeing her for the very first time.
He had no idea we were married.
Gary thought she was cute, so it was okay.
It's like we're newlyweds all over again.
Start your morning with richer, bolder premium roast coffee and add a warm, tasty McGriddles. Wake up and smell your life.
I hope there aren't any other wives.
With over 1.5 million vehicle listings to choose from on Cars.com, you can find the right car for you.
That's it.
Find the right car for you. Cars.com.
Menards is the place where you'll always save big money. The Mastercraft Custom Interior Door Collection has 25 glass and 21 panel designs, over 4,000 combinations, all 15% off. Add the finishing touch with a Schlag lock set. They're all on sale. Choose from a bright brass Georgian or Plymouth Passage set for just $877 each. Plus, there's no interest or payments till 2007 with your Menards Big Card.
Save big money at Menards.
Are you monkish? Do you display the obsessive-compulsive behavior of one Adrian Monk? Do you put coasters under coasters?
I always put another one underneath. It's like a backup.
Do you take time to stop and smell the dishes? Take the Are You Monkish quiz online and watch all new episodes of Monk every Friday at 10, only on USA.
Sponsored locally by Culver's. From signature butter burgers cooked to order to creamy frozen custard made fresh throughout the day, at Culver's, you can taste how much we care.
You know you like that. Come on. You know you like that.
Welcome back to the Greensboro Coliseum. In the first half, we had it all. Number 12, Wake Forest, leading the number 1 seed, Duke. 36-34. If you like college basketball, you couldn't have enjoyed that one much more, Richard.
Oh, I tell you, it was really filled with a lot of drama. Had the superstar player get hurt, come back on the floor, had great inside, outside play. Terrific play by Williams on the interior by Wake Forest. Then Gray made some big shots, and the Duke role players have stepped up. Take a look at here, the leaders, and look what the role players have done. They have really stepped up. Williams got in foul trouble, went to the sideline for Duke, and 22 points out of their role players.
Skip Prosser said when this tournament started that for them to have a chance, somebody was going to have a Randolph Childress moment. And if you think back, Randolph Childress had the greatest tournament that anybody in the history of the ACC had. This was the signature move. First the ankle breaker, then come and get it. And then he buries the 3 to complete it. Justin Gray is doing the same thing today. He only hit 3, but remember, they were 3 threes in 1:22. The rest of the time, he has run the ball club, handled the ball flawlessly, and played great defense.
Well, you know, Mike, they were really clutch threes because they were on the ropes. Yep. They were down double figures, and they made, look at the rebound totals. We expected that. Wake dominating on the glass, turnovers. Everything has gone basically the way we anticipated, except the score. We thought Duke would be up on top.
Let's check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, guys, the Duke staff very concerned with what they called serious foul trouble. They said, we simply lost Justin Gray on those 3 threes, but we can't play well without Sheldon on the floor. He only played 8 minutes. And remember, yesterday he said we need to be better at defensive rebounding and cut out the silly fouls. Well, this second 20 minutes is critical.
Hey, Doris, remember yesterday and Mike, how Duke came out of the locker room because Mike Krzyzewski's really a master out of getting kids to respond. He was unhappy with their defense. They went on a real spurt. It'll be interesting to see the adjustments and what happens early here.
Strickland picked up the foul, his second. And Sheldon Williams, hurt by the foul trouble, will go to the line. Good free throw shooter. Nice soft touch, 73.2%. He won back-to-back rebounding championships. Only the 3rd Duke player ever to win it last year. He is the 11th ever to repeat as the rebounding holder.
Well, player of the year defensively as well. Also, he got himself in foul trouble, so he lost a lot of minutes. Talk about a kid that's earning his scholarship right now, Mr. Gray. Got to handle the ball. He's got to shoot it. Now they have Nelson playing him, a better athlete.
J.J. walked by as the second half was about to start. I asked him if he was all right. He said, yeah. Justin Gray also said he's not ready to leave yet.
Exactly.
Strickland for 3. He's had a big first half. He's got to have a big second half for them to have a chance.
See, I would throw the ball into Eric Williams because Sheldon's not going to want to get that 3rd early.
Drum had a 3, passed on it, drives in, missed the layup. That ball was halfway down and came back out. On the break, Micah Roberts.
Nice decision by Paulus. He looks right. He sees the trailer on the left. Good angle, 45 degree, and he gets him the wide open layup.
McRoberts runs the court as well as any 6'10 player I've seen in a long, long time.
I don't know if he knows how good he can be. That kid is going to be a very unique college player.
Nelson picked up the foul.
Take a look right here in the wing. He's running that wing, and he's going to get the ball on that left wing, and up he goes for the deuce.
Gray into Williams. Good double team by Melchione, or by Paulus, but he flopped a little bit and didn't get the call.
Can't play him inside. I would go to him exclusively.
16 points, 8 boards for Williams. Paulus, good entry pass to Sheldon Williams. And a foul on Ellis before he can get off a shot. That'll be number 2 on Chris Ellis. You just wonder what Ellis would have been able to do without the foot injuries for the last 3 years. They've really limited him.
He had so many injuries. I mean, that's really been a problem.
J.J. Redick from downtown.
How often have we seen that?
Redick has 9, 2 of them on 3-pointers.
ACC Player of the Year.
Gray trying to get by DeMarcus Nelson, forced it up. Sheldon Williams with a rebound. Paulus back the other way, just outran everybody.
That was one of their priorities. They talked about before the game, defensive transition, a must.
And defense hasn't exactly been Wake Forest hallmark, even when they have played extremely well. Now Justin Gray pounds his way inside, and Gray has 11. That's his first 2-point basket today.
He's keeping him in a game, making big shots.
He and Eric Williams.
I tell you, those seniors don't want to end their season. Guys like McNamara and
Paulus got by Gray, basket and the foul. Paulus stepping up. That's a real key for Duke, Dick. If Paulus can elevate his game.
Here he is going to go one-on-one. I mean, he really takes the ball strong to the basket. No one rotates over. He uses either hand really well.
And that's a big foul because it's the third on Gray. Paulus goes to the line, the two-sport star in Syracuse, New York, highly recruited as a football quarterback, and had to make a decision when he came to Duke. He said, all right, basketball only. Duke on a 12-4 run to start this half. And they're up by half a dozen again.
Does a great job. When a kid was recruited big time by Notre Dame for football, they thought he could be eventually a superstar in football.
Gray has to get rid of it. Now he's open for three. Didn't get the roll and knocked out of bounds by Nelson out the way.
Paulus did a good job of helping and recovering on Gray. Gray looked like he had a wide open shot, and then all of a sudden Paulus rotated back.
Justin Gray out of Charlotte, North Carolina, the number 8 all-time scorer, the number 8 all-time assist man in Wake Forest history.
They forgot about Eric Williams. He's not getting any touches, Mike. He's not getting any touches. Mike, let's go out and tell him they got a superstar in the middle.
DeMarcus Nelson reached out and picked up his 4th personal foul. And he is a superb defender and one of the best athletes Duke has. They really need him on the court. He'll have to sit down with 17-13 to go in the ballgame.
The guy I would, if I'm Wake Forest, want to get in foul trouble is number 23. And I would go to my guy, number 31. I would say, take him one-on-one, Eric. Take it to the basket against him.
So now Dockery will switch back to Gray, and Reddick is on Strickland.
Strickland had a good start early in the game. That hasn't been looking for a shot. Picked up his dribble.
Boy, and Reddick really improved so much as a defender this year. Ellis for three. That sideways spin. It almost looks like a top instead of a basketball, but that's where it usually goes, the bottom of the net.
Well, that's all I can. It's nothing but nylon. Any way you want to rotate it, baby, as long as it tickles the twine.
Cut the lead in half.
There's the zone right now. Playing that zone defensively now. He's wide open. Can't allow that to happen. You zone, you better find him, my friends. You better find him.
The zone better slide an awful lot to the All-American. He has hit 3 out of 6 from long range. You think the slump's over? I do.
You better match up. I don't want to hear about that physical fatigue anymore either.
That should be an offensive foul, and it is.
Mike Wood with the good call. I like Mike Wood blowing a whistle.
Kedron Clark has lost the lead in all-time threes to J.J. Reddick again. He's back on top.
I'll tell you one thing about Clark, though. He's had a great career. Came out of Rice High School. You want to salute that young guy. His career looks like it's over. I doubt if they'll get invited to the NIT.
Foul before the shot, and see who picks that up. Is that Justin Gray? That's 4 fouls on Justin Gray. That's huge.
The NCAA Women's Basketball Championship begins March 18th.
Forget what you think you know about light beers, because they never looked like this or tasted like this. Introducing Michelob Ultra Amber, with a deep amber color and full-flavored taste. The world of light beer just got a little darker. Michelob Ultra Amber, the new look of light beer.
What is that?
Oh, it's a copycat. Yeah, Fluffy's gonna save us a boatload on color copies. Aren't you, girl?
You need an easy button.
Now get color copies for just 39 cents for a limited time at Staples. That was easy.
How well does your manual brush clean? Introducing Crest Spin Brush Pro Clean. It cleans up to 70% more plaque in hard-to-reach places, getting what an ordinary manual brush can leave behind. Crest Spin Brush Pro Clean.
Finally, we're using my credit card miles. They couldn't black us out forever.
But, Dad, it's summer.
What are you, a weatherman?
All right, who's up for a little double diamond? Last one down's a coward. I'm okay.
They need a Capital One card.
For easy-to-use rewards, get Capital One no-hassle rewards with no blackouts on any airline anytime.
Kids, look at this!
what's in your wallet.
Wheat Thins has 0 grams of trans fat with a nutty, crunchy taste worth diving into. Tastes good, feels good. Wheat Thins.
What is that?
Oh, it's a copycat. Yeah, Fluffy's gonna save us a boatload on color copies. Aren't you, girl?
You need an easy button.
Now get color copies for just 39 cents for a limited time at Staples. That was easy.
SEC semis, bubble teams on alert. Look out for South Carolina. Ronaldo Balkman, not sure if it was a shot or a pass, whatever it was. Brandon Wallace puts it in. The Gamecocks up by 5. They're going to beat Kentucky. Final 20 seconds. Michigan State leads Iowa by 3. Second half of the Big Ten semis. And it's Texas by 13 at the half over A&M in the Big 12. Guys?
All right, Dave, thank you very much. Here we have a 6-point Duke lead with 15:59 to go, and the biggest foul of the ballgame just called on Justin Gray.
It's going to be interesting to see how long they can play without Gray.
Shemaine Dukes, number 2, checks in for the first time. Wake basketball.
Duke's going to really have to handle the ball, Mike, and really not turn it over with Gray on a sideline.
And they have no ball handler. It's going to be a foul on J.J. Redick holding Drum away from the ball.
They got to get some touches inside. They're having a tough time right now getting the ball to Eric Williams.
How long can you afford to leave Justin Gray on the bench?
Well, with -6 right now with 15, you can keep him out a few minutes. But if that goes to double figures, you better get him on the floor right away. About time. About time they got the big guy in touch.
He has 18 points, Dick.
And he started on fire. They were getting the ball inside, and he was a dominator, and then they forgot all about him.
Paulus using the screen from Melchione.
Paulus got to learn to go more north-south than east-west.
Sheldon Williams.
He said, anything you can do, Eric, I can do better. I'm a first-team All-American. I had Reddick, Morrison, also Roy, and Mr. Foy of Villanova on my first-team All-American team.
Well, what a tough situation for Shemaine Dukes to come in cold, no action, and have to try to be the point guard.
Well, you got a scholarship, man. You got to earn that scholarship, and you got to be able to deliver, practice regularly.
Dukes not a runner. And it tells you something about the lack of faith they have in Hale as the point guard.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. The kid showed right there with that drive. That might give him a little confidence.
He was signed late as a point guard out of Cuthbert, Georgia. Just made one of the biggest plays of his young career. The lob is short, picked off by Eric Williams.
Go to Williams. Go to Williams.
Dukes drives and draws a foul.
Dukes,
that'll be on Melchione.
Nice little play by Dukes. The Dukes I remember was at Seton Hall years ago. Walter Dukes. Remember that name?
Yeah, I do.
There's that drive by Dukes. And watch this right now. Shelton's going to take him one-on-one with a little jump hook in the lane. Protects the ball really well. Hey, Kentucky getting beat by South Carolina. Davey Odom, who won this ACC tournament 2 consecutive years at 95, 96. They might shock if they win the SEC. That causes another absolute nightmare for teams on a bubble.
Duke's nearly had it taken away. Drum's been real quiet. They could use something from him. Ellis nearly stole one by Paulus. Wide open is Strickland, and he missed it a ton. Holy cow.
But why didn't Visser get the ball? He's sitting in a box in a post, and they didn't even look to him. And he's got a guy on his back. Anytime you're a post player, you can get that defensive player on your back, you want the ball.
Trent Strickland is a 48% three-point shooter. He doesn't take that many, but he's very accurate. That was a 22-foot shot that went 23 feet. Paulus. Nice drive, and he got Visser to foul him.
He's doing a great job driving with that basketball. I'll tell you right now, for Mr. Prosser, 3 minutes have gone by, and they're still in good shape. I mean, he's wide open. Take a look right here. He's saying, too open. Look at Visser down here. He wants the ball. But Strickland's wide open.
Yeah, if a guy's open from 21 feet, he's not going to throw the ball inside.
You got to shoot it.
Paulus back to the line. 11 points, 4 assists today. An outstanding performance for the freshman from Syracuse. Only 3 freshmen have ever led the ACC in assists, and he is right there. Ed Cota was the last.
Anderson as well. Kenny
yeah,
Anderson.
that's right.
And also Jeff Jones.
Jeff Jones. And Paulus is going to be the 4th.
He's having a solid game. He's got a winner's mentality. You don't compete at the level he did in football and basketball and not be a genuine winner.
Duke hanging on to a 6-point lead, 13:51 to go.
Long John Silver's has some exciting news you're gonna love. It's a fast food first.
New buttered lobster bites. Rich, real Langostino lobster in a buttery breading. Try them as a combo now, only at Long John Silver's.
Yar, genius.
For English, say yes.
Yes.
For security purposes, say your pet's name.
Fluffy.
Please say your password.
Big boy.
Please repeat.
Big boy. Yes.
For a shinier credit card, say yes.
No. Yes. I don't know.
For customer service, say yes.
Yes.
This is Ryan.
Hello, I have a question about my statement. Hello?
Sometimes you just want to get straight through. That's why there's the City Simplicity credit card. Simply press 0 to talk to a person.
Long John Silver's has some exciting news you're gonna love. It's a fast food first.
New buttered lobster bites. Rich, real Langostino lobster in a buttery breading. Try them as a combo now, only at Long John Silver's.
Yar, genius.
It is over. South Carolina has beaten Kentucky in the SEC semis. They face the Florida LSU winner tomorrow. They swept the Gators. They lost by 3 to LSU. It's not out of the question the Gamecocks could steal a bid, guys.
Back in Greensboro, Wake Forest, the number 12 seed. Duke, the number 3 team in the country, the number 1 seed here. And it has been a battle from the start as Wake Forest just refuses to give in to Duke. And there is Roy Williams, who has done such an exceptional job this year in taking this young ball club and bringing it in as the number 10 team in the country. They will face Boston College, a terrific team in their own right, in the second semifinal.
Well, Boston College beat them earlier in the year up at Chapel Hill by 7. Craig Smith and Dudley really dominated.
Visser opened from 15 and missed it.
His little danger time right now, I think, for Wake Forest. Yeah. Really danger the next 3 minutes without Gray.
Paulus. Tipped outside. Here comes Dukes.
Back it out. Back it out.
1 against 3. Missed the shot. Williams, offensive rebound. And Eric Williams knocks it down. That's huge.
You know, Mike, he simply said, you guys aren't going to wait for me and get me the ball. I'll just go up on the glass and get it. Duke has scored in 8 of its first 10 possessions here in the half. Their offensive efficiency rating very, very high. Look at the rebound totals.
Eric Williams, 20 and 10. Sheldon Williams, nice entry pass. And the foul committed by Shemaine Dukes from behind. That's a good foul. It meant that Sheldon Williams wasn't going to have the free dunk.
Well, you know, when you look right now, Wake Forest has been the Windex man. They've been sweeping the glass, dominating the glass, been glass eaters.
Cameron Stanley, another freshman, comes in for the first time today. Redshirt freshman out of Raleigh. 2 of the last 3 games, he's matched his career high at 10 points.
Well, you know, Skip Ross has been able to get away so far for about 4 minutes playing without Justin Gray. It was 6 when he went out.
Williams misses the free throw. Wake with a chance to cut into the lead further. Which Shemaine Dukes has been pretty good coming in.
Go to Eric Williams. Get him the ball.
Dockery And Dockery going to be called for a reach-in foul.
You know, I bring in Justin Gray. People want to probably know, when would you bring him in? In a game like this, you're playing the scoreboard, but at the 7-minute mark is where I'd like to get him in. But if there's a spurt by Duke, you're going to get him in sooner.
Stanley picked up his dribble, needs help. Somehow got it to Williams. Nice pass. Stanley with a miss. McRoberts with a rebound.
That wasn't even close. Look at McRoberts. Great handle for a big guy. This guy's been a quarterback today. And I don't mean football where he was a standout. How good? He was USA Today's first-team All-American.
Sure was. Reddick's been quiet lately. Wheels into the lane. Lost it. Got it back. Great presence of mind by J.J. Reddick.
I tell you, that's EC's basket he'll get in the entire tournament.
That's because he didn't give up on it.
Exactly. He stayed right with the ball. What about his play yesterday when he threw the ball off the back of a player and got it back? See right there? He's going to come up with a loose ball. Everybody thinks the ball's dead.
And I don't know where the foul was. Nobody touched him.
I didn't see a foul. Got a lucky break there.
Well, he sure did. One of the officials had an angle where he thought he saw something. And it wasn't there.
No, he anticipated that might have been a foul because he lost the ball. It was just pure anticipation, a poor job.
Rum got by Paulus and then lost the ball.
I think you can't wait. I think you might have to go with Fred. I think you might not want to wait. You don't want to wait.
That's 11 turnovers. They've done a pretty good job, but they're turning it over in the clutch now.
On Selection Monday, from the tournament draw,
I think this is a very dangerous team,
to the final buzzer.
NCAA champion.
We'll take you there. Women's Basketball Selection Special, Monday at 7 on ESPN.
Add beauty to your bath with an ASB tub surround from Menards. This Vantage model has a high gloss finish and 6 shelves. On sale just $49.98. Add the finishing touch with a Sterling tub and shower door. All in-stock doors are on sale, like this rain glass model with silver finish for only $99. Plus, there's no interest or payments till 2007 with your Menards Big Card.
Save big money at Menards.
Finally, there's a great deal on phone service, and it's right here.
With Charter Telephone, you get unlimited local and long-distance calls nationwide. All the features you expect, plus you keep your same phone number, all for one low price from one great company.
Good call.
So switch to Charter Telephone and talk more for less.
Great call.
Keep your current phone number and get all your favorite phone features for less than $40 per month.
It's a star-studded doubleheader. At 4, the United States faces Japan. At 8, it's the battle of undefeateds, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic. The World Baseball Classic tomorrow on ESPN2 and ESPN Deportes.
Duke on top by 7 here in Greensboro, North Carolina. Mike and Dick have talked all game long about the tough decision Greg Paulus faced coming out of high school. A 2-sport star, in fact, the state's Mr. Basketball, but also threw for close to 12,000 yards, over 152 touchdowns. Elected to pass on some opportunities to go to other institutions and play both sports. His ability to be confident and lead this basketball team, Dick, imperative and crucial as this team heads to the NCAA tournament.
He really is a key player. There's no doubt at that point guard slot. He's having a solid game today. I know one thing. He could have went to the Golden Dome and played both sports. Certainly at Notre Dame, they wanted him for both.
Justin Gray is back in after 4 minutes on the bench with 4 fouls. Skip Prosser has to roll the dice.
Yeah, he really does. I don't think he had any choice. Got up to 7 now. You can't wait.
You know, there haven't been many people who succeeded in those 2 sports. Reddick rims out. Our buddy Brad Johnson at Florida State did it. He was a tremendous high school basketball player. found more fame as a football player. Gray down the lane, hangs in there, got it.
They need him on the floor. They need his point production, averaging 18 points a game.
He has 13 right now. He's cut the lead to 5. They need this intensity, too, and his understanding of the game.
They're going to try to hide him out here in that zone.
Paulus wide open for 3. That's the best look a three-point shooter can get.
And he's got to really work all summer on making that shot, and then he'll become a really complete point guard.
Strickland can't get inside. Drum.
They had so much success going to Eric Williams. They just have a tough time getting the angles to get him the ball. He's got to want it, too. He's standing around a little bit offensively. He's got to make himself available.
I think they want to set up Justin Gray right now. Shot clock is at 4. Gray has to force it. Williams tried to keep it alive. Reddick with a long rebound. 2-on-2.
He'll pull up and shoot the 3. He'll pull up and shoot the 3.
Ellis saved it. Somehow got it to Drum, and now they say Drum stepped on the sideline. Holy cow, what a tough break. Ellis with a tremendous play.
That's a big possession right there. You're down 5.
Boy, and Skip Prosser did not like the call.
Oh, his foot's on the line. Foot's on the line right here.
Looks like the toe got there.
It looks like right on the line. The official's right there watching it.
Tough break for Wake.
Yeah, because you're down 5.
Dockery. Boy, they've missed some wide open shots. Last 3 trips down.
I'm going to scream. Get it to Eric Williams, man. Get it to the big guy.
Ellis for 3. That would have been huge. Strickland fouled from behind.
They have forgot about their post presence inside.
Second, 15.
Look at him inside. So you got to move. He's got to get active. You got to want the ball. You can't just stand. You can't stand. You're not going to get the ball. You got to really want it. Stand a little bit. Could be a little exhausted, a little fatigued. Playing a lot of minutes. Remember, this is their 3rd game. Duke's only 2nd.
Gray. Williams may have gotten a piece of that. Ellis had it knocked out of his hand on the offensive rebound.
They look a little tired right now, don't they, Wake Forest?
They do.
They do look a little bit fatigued right this moment. They need a little energy lift.
Need to catch that 2nd win. Now, Mike Wood is going to go to the scorer's table, and we'll see what he's going to ask about.
That's a little break for him right here. They get a little break
it really
with this.
is.
Yeah, gives you a little timeout, little breaks. You need a break on all. I mean, come on now. You don't need any breaks. I know you go on and on. Marty's smiling. He can go on and on.
Let's play 2.
Let's play 4. Ernie Banks
that was
says
Thursday and Friday. Today we're down to 2. Gray's going to inbound. We don't know what the delay was.
Ours played 4 yesterday.
Ellis still trying to get it to Gray. Guarded by Melchione, who has that height advantage, but not nearly as quick.
See, it's so key if you're going to make entries to get the right angles.
Everybody's going to switch on Gray. Now Williams wants the ball. He's with Melchione.
Yes, sir. You got a mismatch inside. He's got to go want it. Post inside. You got to want the ball, Eric.
Gray from a mile outside. Ellis offensive rebound and a fresh 35.
I mean, Duke really has a tough time rebounding.
And here's a good timeout by Skip Prosser. He doesn't like what he's seen the last couple of possessions. He wants to gather his club and say, all right, here's what we need to do. We're in this game. We're down by only 5 with 9:27 left.
That's a good bit of coaching. Now, right now, look at the mismatch. He's got Melchione. I mean, he's got him on his back. I mean, if you're a post player, that'll frustrate you like no end.
ESPN2 has the Phillips 66 Big 12 Championship, all part of Championship Week, presented by 7-Up with a semifinal match today at 4. Nebraska facing number 18, Kansas and Dallas. The game is also available in high definition on ESPN2 HD. The Big 12 semifinal subject to a blackout in the Big 12 market. You know, Dick, sometimes players get tunnel vision. They're concentrating so hard on doing a specific task, they don't look beyond it.
Yeah, well, right now, he's only taken 2 shots in the entire half, and 1 was off an offensive rebound. So really, they're not looking to him at all, and he's been their guy the entire tournament.
Strickland with Reddick on him. Almost lost the ball.
You're right, Joe. Mike. They concentrate so hard on trying to get the ball up the court because they don't have a Chris Paul who's just going to create angles for you, penetrate, break the defense down. See, right now you got to get it to
there. They got it.
About time. About time.
And that's what Skip Prosser's timeout was.
Yeah, he told them, hey, fellas, we got a big guy here that's super.
Sheldon Williams got away the foul before the basket.
Take a look at him now. He's going to set him up here. He's going to seal him off really well. Once he gets inside position, I mean, that's no chance to stop him with that great body at 280 pounds.
Eric Williams with his second foul.
People just joining us, just remember this. We got a 12th seed playing a #1 seed and a 3-point differential here with a little better than 8 on the clock.
Williams hits the first. He'll get another.
I mean, if they win this game, wait, could they have anything left for tomorrow?
I think so. I think they're running on adrenaline right now.
They'd like to have that problem.
It's great stuff. Yes, they would.
They would love that problem. Duke says it's not going to happen. Oh,
the lead is 5. McRoberts almost got the steal.
Terrific
and he
job.
gets a hand from the Duke fans and deserves it.
They want to go full court pressure. Right now, they're going to trap all over, pressure the basketball.
Well, you got to love the upside of McRoberts, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Inbound to Ellis. Skied to get it. Gives it back to Strickland.
See, right now you see them without a real true ball handler.
This is a danger zone for them because Strickland has turned it over a lot this year when he's handled the ball. Of course, so hasn't everyone else except Gray. Trying to get some space here against the Marcus Nelson.
Nelson, good athlete now, playing him in foul trouble.
Got around a screen, didn't take the shot. Ellis nearly lost it. Now back inside to Williams, and he lost it.
That's a tough pass to handle.
Yeah, it was.
Too tough. You're too close to drive that bounce pass at him like that.
Reddick, the lob, McRoberts.
Oh, a little reverse jam. Great look by J.J. Reddick. And McRoberts with the flush.
McRoberts is some athlete.
They get a performance out of him on a regular basis. That elevates their game.
Gray, good crossover. Got a little space against Nelson and got the roll.
He created an opportunity for himself.
What a tough shot.
He said, forget about any offensive sets. I'm just going to get a shot.
He's been a great player throughout his career at Wake Forest. He's out of Charlotte, North Carolina. 15 points today. 59 in 3 games in the tournament. And DeMarcus Nelson right in the heart with a 3.
He can make that 3. He made 4 yesterday, got the wide open 3. The Duke bench is very jubilant. We haven't seen that kind of enthusiasm and excitement. They've been a little bit down recently.
7-2 run for Duke.
They're trying to get
7:20 left.
Trying to get to the 9th consecutive final ACC.
Ellis. Rebound to McRoberts.
Imagine that if they win 9 consecutive finals.
Now, Mike Krzyzewski says, bring it up. They may be ready to spread the court right now.
He likes what he sees. And getting some of the role players to play. This kid played a solid game.
Boy, nice screen by Sheldon Williams. He saw Paulus was coming down the lane. He just walled off the rest of it.
Paulus really playing well. Really attacking the basket.
We've got a timeout. 6:57 left. Duke over Wake.
Up Plus with calcium. With a burst of real fruit juice, 10% of your daily calcium, and only 10 calories per serving. It's one thing strong women everywhere can't get enough of.
Manager to the front.
7up Plus. For great taste with calcium, the only way to go is up.
What is that? Oh, it's a copycat. Yeah, Fluffy's gonna save us a boatload on color copies. Aren't you, girl?
You need an easy button.
Now get color copies for just 39 cents for a limited time at Staples. That was easy.
Cold sufferers who take NyQuil sleep better at night.
so they feel better when they wake up.
Gotcha.
NyQuil, best sleep you ever got with a cold, medicine.
Come today. Bring your ideas, your skills. Let's do something different, something special. Let's build cleaner cars, better hospitals, smarter stores. Let's tap into a million-person mind and let everyone fill their cup. IBM, innovation for collaboration.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of Championship Week is presented by 7-Up. If you want 100% natural lemon and lime flavors, the only way to go is up.
Welcome back to Greensboro. This telecast available on ESPN HD, presented by Dish Network. Duke with a little breathing room here. It's 63-55, but still a lot of time to go.
Somebody's got to step up like Strickland to give a little helping hand. When you take a look at Ray and Williams, they need a third guy to step up. Duke's starting to really execute, become a little bit more effective in their half-court game. Hey, Mike, think about this. The last 5 years in a row, the #1 seed has been beaten in this tournament.
Hasn't been since 2000 that the favorite coming in has actually won the tournament championship.
Strong game. Strong game for Paulus. He doubled his numbers in terms of scoring.
Nearly an 80% free throw shooter. Of course, made the all-freshman team.
I think you're going to see guys like Paulus and McRoberts become so much better next year. This kid's got great work ethic. If you talk to all the coaches, he'll work on that perimeter shot, and he's going to be effective. And they got some class coming in as well.
Well, they better have. Look what they're losing.
This kid, Brian Zubek, a 7-footer, could be another Mike Jaminski, they say. That's enough for me, because Mike was terrific.
Wasn't he?
And then they got Gerald Henderson's son, John Shire, Mr. Basketball of Illinois. They're just going to reload, you know that.
Biggest lead. Strickland gets it to Drum. He forces it up, and McRoberts blocked it.
As long as the name stays the same as the director of operations in basketball, and his name is Mike Krzyzewski, the Duke Blue Devils will be in the top 20 every year.
Never had a problem with that, have they? Reddick. McRoberts may have gotten away with a little bit of a push, but he got the ball and a fresh 35 for the Blue Devils.
Sheldon wanted the ball inside. They missed them.
And McRoberts is limping. He came down, I think, wrong on his. Somebody may have stepped on him. Visser goes down.
Wide open.
Bodies flying everywhere. Reddick with McRoberts with a foul. I think his foot's all right.
My friends, a star is being born. His name, McRoberts.
He came flying out of nowhere. 11 points and 8 rebounds. And
watch him handle it.
With a loose ball.
Watch him handle it. He can really handle it.
Reddick. Well, that would have finished it. The Duke fans are on their The Duke fans are on their feet. Justin Gray, who told us yesterday, I'm not ready to go yet.
Tell you what, they haven't had a double-figure lead, Mike. When is the last time for Duke? I mean,
this is it. This is their biggest lead.
This has been unbelievable for them in the last 4 or 5 games.
Strickland backing in. Gray had it for a second, then lost it, and then he is held and fouled. And Nelson will foul out of the ballgame, and that was a good call. Nelson reached out. You can't get an advantage by holding somebody, and that's what Nelson did. Watch McRoberts. Oh, sliced right through. 2 guys didn't touch a sole and slammed it.
Nobody blocked him out. He had a direct lane to the basket.
I guess the ankle got well in a hurry, didn't it?
Yes, sir. McDonald's High School All-American. Mike Krzyzewski likes what he sees. USA Olympic coach.
I'll tell you what, McRoberts has shown us flashes all year long that he can be such a special player.
Yeah, he came in with such a big reputation, and you're right, Mike. He shows you spurts that he has. He just has to do it for a longer period of time.
Well, look at the transition he had to do, Dick. Like a lot of high school centers, had to play out of position, And that's a tough adjustment to make.
Also
but he and Tyler Hansbrough, boy, what great years they're going to have.
Also had to go from being a #1 option to being number 4 and 5.
Sheldon Williams with a block. Strickland.
They're playing well right now.
Yeah.
They're playing well. This is the Duke basketball you saw earlier in the year. And the fans of Duke really appreciate it.
They had their slump at the end of the year, but they may have come out of it yesterday. Reddick shot the ball a lot better. The other players stepped up their game, and now J.J. today has been off. But again, as you put it, Dick, the complementary players have stepped up.
They really have elevated their game. Nice backdoor cut. Nice jam. It's over, Mike. It's over. This game is in the books.
Roberts.
Put this one away. There's no way they're coming back catching them. They got to bounce to their step now, offensively and defensively. And I really believe Wake is a tired team.
They can smell the finals right now. McRoberts called for pushing underneath.
Played 3 games, 3 days. The big question.
You like this so far? How about North Carolina, Boston College waiting in the wings? Welcome back to Greensboro.
I've traveled every road in this here land. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere.
No matter where you're headed, there's a Choice Hotel nearby, including Comfort Inn, Comfort Suites, Quality, Sleep Inn, Clarion, and Mainstay Suites. Right now, just stay 2 times and earn a free night with Choice privileges. For reservations, visit choicehotels.com. Choice Hotels. We'll see you there.
What's that? Rabbit food? Business casual slacks? Chintz pillows? No more. Time to be a man again. And it starts in the shower. This gets you clean.
And it doesn't dry your skin.
Not dry. Nice.
And it looks like an oil can.
New Dial for Men body wash. Be a man. Take back the shower.
The world may not come with an easy button, but your business does. It's called Staples.
Introducing mobile ESPN. Sports fans, your phone has arrived.
On Selection Sunday, who's in?
That is going to be the most compelling region.
Who's out?
That is not fair.
Dive into the brackets with Reese, Digger, Jay, and Dickie V. Bracketology, Sunday beginning at 5 on ESPN.
Dave Rebs from the Sports Center in-game update. Iowa playing well down the stretch. Winners of 5 of 7. This, the Big Ten semi against Michigan State. Mike Henderson off balance hits, puts the Hawkeyes on top by 4. They lead it by 6 right now, final 3.5 minutes. And look at A&M hanging around with Texas 50-49 over on ESPN2.
All right, Dave, Wake Forest hanging on by its fingernails. Wake has only 3 points in the last 5 minutes, and the lead has gone from 3 to 13.
I got a feeling certainly Wake will get invited. I really believe to the NIT. They've done a great job now changing the whole concept. CM Newton will do a great job along with Dean Smith and a host of coaches involved selecting the teams. I got to believe Wake will be selected.
69-57. Duke will work on the clock.
That's going to get down to free throw shooting right now. And when you look at Duke, talk about the free throw line, Duke certainly an outstanding team in terms of shooting free throws. Can't tell that by the first half. They lead the conference in free throw shooting. I think the big question facing all the Wake Forest boosters is very simple. Will Mr. Prosser be back on that sideline next year, or will he be the choice of Cincinnati, where he is so popular and well-liked? He did a great job at Xavier. He loves it there. I know he loves the situation at Wake Forest, but I understand that he really likes that city, so it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Well, I tell you what, if you're Wake Forest, if I'm doing this, I do everything I can to keep Skip Prosser. He has done a brilliant job.
Well, they really have. They got him a long-term contract, but coaches have ways so many times to get released.
Boy, Paulus, what a day. 17 points, 5 boards, 5 assists.
Personally, I think he's going to be back at Wake Forest. I really do. I think he's got a good recruiting class coming in. I think he likes the ACC.
Strickland fouled by Eric Williams.
Yeah, Paulus is having a great game. So is Nick Roberts.
Yes.
Forget about him being freshman at this stage of the season. Hey, also a big question now facing the ACC, and we had everybody hitting us before the game, giving us all their reasons why Florida State, why Maryland all belong in the tournament. But you know what's happening across America. It's going to be really sweat time right now for Florida State. Their pre-conference schedule was really embarrassing. They didn't have a tough pre-conference schedule at all. They got that big win over Duke. What might help them is the fact they really should have beaten Duke twice, and the committee might look at that, and they were 9-7 in a highly rated conference. However, it is going to be sweat time. Maryland 8-8 in the conference, but played a much better schedule than Florida State.
Nice tip in off the miss. Ellis got it. So that's a 3-point play, cuts the lead to 11.
3:21 down to 11. There's a full court trap. Tough to trap this team the way they handle the basketball. Even their big guys can handle it.
Well, especially when you've got McRoberts who can bring it up.
Gives you another ball handler.
Now, what's the call by Mike Wood?
I don't know, Mike. I didn't see something with the time, maybe, the clock.
The shot clock didn't run. I don't know if the game clock ran or not.
Mike Wood was right on top of that. There's Mike Krzyzewski standing there.
Just the shot clock. Dick, let me go back to your point about the ACC. There has certainly over the years been some jealousy developed about the ACC and the success they've had. That is natural. The problem I have right now with the RPI and all this stuff is that certain people have found a way statistically to game this whole concept. They set their schedule. Their schedules aren't nearly as tough as ACC teams, but statistically, they have found a way to get the most out of it. I think that's very bright. I think they ought to reward their math department and their athletic directors, but I don't think they should be rewarded for it with bids to the NCAA.
Well, you know what I have a difficult time with? I don't know. It's a little subjective. How do you rate, for example, and say that in Northern Iowa, if they played in the ACC, where would they finish?
Right.
Would they be 12-6? How do you determine that? And I'm not taking anything away from those kids.
No.
Missouri Valley, they've had a great year. But, I mean, a lot of those clubs, you put them in a Big East and Big Ten and put them in the ACC, they're not going better than 500. And that's very difficult. It's a subjective feeling. It's not objectivity. Even though the committee does a great job with all the material they gather, there'll always be, Mike, I don't think till the day they put us down, there'll always be 3 or 4 teams that we will be screaming about that really we think got a raw deal. It's as simple as can be. It'll never, ever change.
Reddick at the line, the second best free throw shooter this year in the ACC. That's amazing to say that. And he is the second best now all time in college basketball.
Take a look coming up next. North Carolina, Boston College, Duke trying to go 9 consecutive years to the final game.
And of course, a lot of people around here would like to see Duke and North Carolina for the 3rd time this year. But Boston College,
have something to say.
Boston College has got other plans for it.
They beat North Carolina up in Chapel Hill by 7. They've won their last 4 in a row. They were brilliant last night against Gary Williams' Maryland team.
Strickland misses the 3. Reddick, nice play, tipped it to Paulus. He's such a smart player, not just a terrific shooter, and developed into an all-around player. He's really smart. He knows this game.
I want to certainly salute Skip Prosser. He could have easily rolled in here at 3-13.
Yep.
They could have folded to 10. They were down big against Florida State. They found a way to win. They came in against North Carolina State, who was going to be hungry after losing 3 in a row. They found a way to win. They found a way to challenge Duke here for 30-plus minutes, but just not enough to offset Duke here today.
Paulus cuts in off the Reddick miss and nearly put it back in.
Low seeds out there. Xavier, number 10, look at Skip Prosser. His kids didn't quit. They came in here, they scrapped, they fought. We often hear the sayings, winner never wins, winner never quits. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. These kids came in, and they really...
You're not going to use those, are you?
They represented that. Hey, look at this. Wake was number 12 seed. Xavier's number 10. They're in the finals. Syracuse, the number 9 seed. What does that all show me? Shows me there's unbelievable parity in college basketball.
Plus, there's something to be said coming into a conference tournament and wanting it more than the other guy.
Yeah, you know, they're playing because they're desperate. They're really desperate, where Duke is just playing to try and get better and better and get ready for the season. Even though Mike Krzyzewski told Doris and I before the game, he said this tournament is very important to him.
It is.
It's one of their goals is to win this tournament.
Greg Paulus with 18 points has established a new career high. And look at Chris Paul. I mean, look at Justin Gray. There is no way he is going down easy.
My friend, they wish
love to see Chris Paul out there, wouldn't you?
They would love to see Chris Paul. I got a feeling that score wouldn't be like that if Mr. Paul was there. No, that's for sure.
But Justin Gray is not about to go quietly. He has had a brilliant year, averaging 18.5 points a game. He has been the glue that has held this team together and got them what wins they could get. Let's go to Doris.
Well, guys, we were talking about Greg Paulus and his football experience in high school. It said it helped him to understand the quick reads necessary to run the Duke offense. Well, that's a beautiful feed. And as far as his floor game today, all game long, he's had such a good handle, not just passing, scoring, guys, but the presence about him, Dick. He seems like he's as confident as he's ever been.
I'll tell you, Doris, his court presence is sensational. They tell me they saw highlights of when you played, and you had great instincts and court presence up there with the Friars. Maybe he's emulating you.
Doris is too egoless.
She's
to
embarrassed. She's embarrassed. She was happy today. Her son Matthew made a big basket. His her 11-year-old son. Yeah, I said hello to him. Congratulations, Matthew.
Double team on Sheldon Williams. Nice job getting in between the defenders. Brings it up himself.
Spread the court. Get good spacing. Make it tough to double team the basketball.
Well, Duke's going to win this game, but they had to earn it against Wake Forest. And 3 games in 48 hours taking its toll at the end on the Deacons, I think.
I think what took their toll as well is when Justin Gray got that 4th foul.
Yeah, that hurt.
Forget about that injury. J.J. Redick got hurt. We're going to watch it right there. There's the bump on the knee. He went down, went out for about 4 minutes. As you said so well, the longest time he's ever been out of the lineup.
And J.J. with 19 points, able to come back. They put the wrap on the right knee. And you know that if there was any kind of structural damage or any kind of big bruise on that they would have had him on the sideline. They've got bigger fish to fry down the road.
Their #1 goal. They've 8 consecutive years they went to the Sweet 16. But that's not their priority. That's more than anyone else. The next best, twice, 2 times in a row to the Sweet 16.
And Dockery just got whacked in the chops. Ellis got the roll on the 3. It's been a tough game for Dockery. He ran into an Ellis screen that was a stone wall that knocked him a little silly for a while. If you joined us late, watch this. Watch. Ah, yikes.
Wow.
That's one of those deals, Dick, where you ask the kid, do you know where you are? And he says, Thursday.
Thursday. That was no communication. No communication. You got to talk, man. You got to talk.
But you're right. Dockery's a tough kid.
Take a look right here. Look what's happening to parity. Pete Rozelle, you know football better than I. Didn't he always preach about the theory of parity? believe me. Well, right now, parity is big time in college. I mean, we saw Connecticut go down. We've seen Duke struggle. Villanova went down. The tournament, the NCAA tournament, is going to be incredible. It is going to be fantastic. It always is, but I think it's going to be really unique, filled with all kinds of drama this year.
Drum has to commit the foul. You want more drama? How about the Big East tonight? Syracuse against number 16 Pitt. That's right, Syracuse. This improbable run that they have put up, including an 86-84 overtime win in the quarterfinals against number 1 UConn. The Big East Championship presented by Aeropostale on ESPN tonight at 8 Eastern. Also available in high definition on ESPN HD. And there is Eric Williams, seeing the end of it coming. What he and Justin Gray had tried so hard to postpone. Dockery with the miss. He'll get another. The lead is 11 and only a minute 17 to go.
Well, Eric was terrific early in the game, dominated in that lane. Justin got those 4 fouls, and that really set Wake back.
Drum, by the way, fouled out of the game. Oh, this kid refuses to hang his head.
He's looking for a shot.
Out there till the last second.
He's looking
got
for a shot.
McRoberts on him. Got to force it. Ellis had it. Dockery takes it away.
You've almost lost 2 positions when you look at Justin Gray. You move him to the point guard, so you're without a point guard, and now you take away his great strength as a scorer. But he's had a terrific career. Both these guys.
We saw Justin Gray as a freshman have his jaw fractured. They had to wire it shut. We found out just how tough this young man was then.
Exactly.
And he has been just that tough and just that good throughout his entire career.
Well,
if he had a point guard this year with him at Wake Forest, this kid had a chance maybe to challenge J.J. Redick for the scoring championship in this league because he is that good.
I'll tell you, a legitimate point guard, a big-time college point guard would have elevated them to a top 20 rating. But let's salute the Dukies as well. 9 consecutive journeys to the finals of the ACC Tournament.
And for Mike Krzyzewski, this will be 750 wins in his brilliant coaching career, 31st year. Yes, it is.
A lot of class right there. Gray going over to Coach K. J.J. Redick tapping Gray on the back. A lot of respect between these schools.
78-66, the final. Mike Krzyzewski, Skip Prosser, a lot of tremendous respect there with what they have done with their programs in recent years. What a ball game. Wake Forest gives it its tremendous best effort, but they come up short. And Duke, as you said, Dick, will do the improbable. They will go back to the finals again. What an awesome run for Mike Krzyzewski. Who will it be? Will he face North Carolina? Will he face Boston College?
I'll tell you, North Carolina coming in, winning 8 games in a row, playing really well. And they'll have revenge on their mind because one of their losses was at home to Boston College, who passes the ball exceptionally well. Eric Williams, certainly a good big player, but we're going to see a special big player in Craig Smith and another special one in Tyler Hansbrough.
Tremendous performance. Eric Williams carried him early. And he and Sheldon Williams have had some great battles in this league. Eric Williams, a classy kid, 6'9", 280. Let's check in with Doris.
Thanks, Mike. Greg, you looked as comfortable out there as we've ever seen you. How did it feel?
It felt good. You know, we struggled a little bit in the first half. We didn't finish the full 20 minutes, and we needed to come out here and get a good second half, and that's what we did.
I know Coach talked about defensive rebounding and also silly fouls. You got yourself into some foul trouble in that first half. What did he have to say in the 20-minute intermission?
We weren't rebounding. We put ourselves in positions where guys had an opportunity to get fouls, and I know JJ got hurt in the first half. Sheldon was out with fouls. We had a couple guys with fouls, so everybody just had to help out collectively, and we had to get through that first half and then fight through it the second half.
Obviously, Sheldon and JJ have carried the weight for this team, but today you got great contributions from yourself and Josh. How important as you move forward is it for you guys to sustain that?
The more help we get from everybody, the tougher we are going to be to stop. You know, sometimes we get stuck watching JJ and Sheldon because they're so good, but the more that, you know, guys like me and Josh help out, the better off we'll be.
Congratulations on a great game, Greg. Mike?
Doris, thank you very much. The Paulus family really enjoying their son's performance today. He stepped up and did the job. Once again, the final score, Duke 78, Wake Forest 66. Up next on ESPN Sports Center, followed by the ACC Semifinals, number 11 Boston College, number 10 North Carolina. For Dick Vitale and Doris Burke and our entire ESPN crew, this is Mike Patrick. Thanks for watching from Greensboro. Now, here's Sports Center.
This is Sports Center.
2 more bids have been handed out for the NCAA tournament. 11 bids.